So one of the best practices when we have nested bundles is not to have more than 3 levels deep, because you have a bundle within a bundle within a bundle, and then as you have more configurations, more automations, things can get confusing. It can be very difficult to maintain, and it might be difficult to debug as to why an automation is failing, right? Take this iPhone as an example, right? So we were discussing the other day, so we'll just continue with that. So now an iPhone, for example, it comes with, first of all, the variations, and then there are multiple color options, right? You have silver, graphite, gold, Pacific blue. Once you're past that, you have various storage options: 128, 256 GB, 512 GB. Yeah. You could also, depending on where you are buying this phone, it could come with an unlocked version where you pay upfront, or it could be tied up with a service provider, right? So Verizon, AT&T, or what have you. And then you could have multiple other options as well. So when you buy an iPhone, again, what kind of case do you want? Do you want the silicon case, leather case, right? Charging accessories. Do you want the MagSafe charger to purchase along with it, or just the 20-watt USB-C power adapter? Right? Various options that you get, right? Just these products. Having it as a bundle and a sub bundle is so much easier rather than having a line for each unique combination, right? Suppose if we did not have CPQ, right? We will just see in a minute. You will have to have multiple lines. So you'll have to have a silver with 128 GB combination, which is currently unlocked, silver with 128 GB, which with the Verizon network, and so on, right? So you'll have to have multiple product SKUs that will need to be created. So what would happen without a CPQ system, right? If you did not have this concept of bundle, right? And the way we are doing, I just try to list out just for those combinations of 128 GB, 256 GB, 512 GB, right? 3 or 4 of those options with those 4 different colors. And there are 48 different configurations that are possible. Right? So if there were no CPQ, right, you would have had to have those 48 different SKUs, because a customer would say, okay, I need the silver phone with 512 GB combination with this, and then that would have to be a line item for the salesperson to be able to sell that product, right? Otherwise, they would not be able to get to that. So 48 different configurations just for Apple iPhone 15. Okay, and each time a new variation is added, more than 12 new SKUs will need to be introduced. For example, if a 1 TB and 2 TB storage options are provided, these combinations will again considerably increase, right? So you'll be adding 32 more lines to the already existing 48 lines. Yeah. So now think of iPhone 15, 15 Plus, 15 Pro, 15 Pro Max, right? And then you have the 14 series, you have the 13 series. Think of the number of lines that would exist in a product catalog if we did not have CPQ system, right? So this is something very commonly called as SKU proliferation, right? SKU is stock keeping unit, but SKU proliferation is where businesses try to have unique combination captured in their catalog, and in year over year, they realize that when they look back, they might have thousands and thousands of products in their system, because they were not using what we call as an attribute-based configuration or rule-based configuration, right? Having these bundles and having the CPQ engine basically allows us to make life so much easier, because you could now have one product, you could have a field called color, and then you could have the user choose the attributes. We will be seeing that in just a bit, but that is the advantage of CPQ, where you could have basically attribute-based configuration, right? Inventory becomes a problem, right? You don't know which products are being sold, what is the stock, right? There can be a number of, and we are just talking of iPhones here, right? Then there's iPad, then there is MacBooks, MacBook Pro. So imagine the number of lines that could exist in the system if there was no CPQ system. So again, one other reason why CPQ plays a crucial role in the overall lead to cash process. I just wanted to call that out as we are going through this. Okay, are we ready to move on to the next concept?